Alright, welcome to my video. The second video is discussing about text style. So normally the report typing the entire text of the report, headings and page number. The entire text of report, headings and page number must be typed using Arial. The font size acceptable for the general text is 12 point and 1.5 spacing. Should not be scripted or italicized except for scientific names and terms in different languages. Footnote and text in table should be at least 8 point. Footnote and text in table should be at least 8 point. Bold print can be used for headings. Erase part must be clean. So that is the typing. Alright, for the style in words. So you either want to change, because we want the whole document. We want that whole document. We will be using Arial and font size of 12. And then we would like to see that the spacing is 1.5. So either you change here in this font division on home tab at the font division or font separate file here, or we can make it automatically for all the text, because by default, okay, so we have a style here. The style here reference that this normal, the highlighted box here, normal is not Arial, it's a, so you can see, just click here, then click, for example here, you just click here, normal. Okay, here we go to the Calibri body 11. So by default, this text style in this document, this folder, this proposal template, is the Calibri body 11. And then if we go more detail, Calibri body font size is 11. So what we like to use is we have to change this. Okay, so either you change here or you just go to design. So the first way, if you want to change everything on the report, if you follow the whole things, just go to this design and then you can set this font type. So the one that you want to use is, normally you just select Arial here. So we click Arial, then everything will be Arial. Okay, so if you go home and then you check, so the font normal will be Arial. So you just set modify, then see Arial 11. That is the standard, okay, that we use. So let's say that we just undo back, undo the style, and then you go back to this one. So this is Calibri. Okay, so let's say that you want the whole document of this, they follow whatever instruction. So no need to change at this point. So you just change this point, you just only change this only line, one line paragraph. To change the whole report, so we have to change here. So how to change it? So we just open up the style and then we click add normal. So what is meant by normal? Normal is whatever that you wrote in this report will follow this normal. Okay, normal as this one. So you just click here, then click modify. So you want that this normal will be Arial and font size will be 12. Okay, so automatic writing, you just edit, and then we have to set the font as mentioned. So we have use Arial, regular, font size 12. Okay, and then here in the format we can set the paragraph. So by default in this text it's mentioned that the entire text of the report, heading and page number must be typed using Arial. The font size acceptable for the text is 12 and 1.5 spacing. So we just go back to this one. So this is a paragraph or spacing. The spacing here we have two separate. Okay, just only one. You will see that it's just only one box for this one division. But actually it's a separate into two. This spacing before and after mean for the paragraph spacing. This is for line spacing. Okay, I will explain later what is the difference between paragraph spacing and line spacing. So right now we just open, because it's here mentioned about, in this paragraph mentioned about 1.5 spacing for the line spacing. So we just open out. So line spacing is 1.5 lines. Okay, so 1.5 spacing, just set 1.5. So already written here 1.5, we just select 1.5. Then we click OK. Okay, so this is how your appearance will appear. So this is the preview. And then the set of font, paragraph, tab border, we just leave it behind, and then we just click OK. So everything now in your report is changed to area. So this is cover page, appendix, spine, and cover of the report. So it said that this text area, both size 12 and 12 minimum, center text 10 lines single spacing, center text 10 lines single spacing. So what's meant by this words that, okay, we just open up here, so it should be both. So we just put at this point only, and then should be centered, and then we do have the so-called that the spaces before the first text here. So size 50 mm or for 141.75 point single spacing. So single spacing here. So we just open up back. So the space between before this word should be 141.75 point single spacing. So we have to click here at the paragraph, and then we have the line spacing. We just go line spacing. So this is line spacing. So this is for paragraph spacing. It's mentioned about 141.75 point single. Okay, so this is what happened to the system. So you just change this. You will count from this line, the grey one and the black and the grey, up to this level is 141 point. And then it's mentioned here, text area bold, size 12 mm, center text 10 lines single spacing. So mean from this point up to this point, we will use 10 lines single spacing. So with the help of this P terbalik, and then we can count 10 space, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it should be middle here, your name. And then we go to this, we have about 20 lines between this, because take from your name until at the header of this UC Kuala Lumpur, it take about 20 lines. So 20 lines, we have to count 29, 1. Okay. Alright. Okay, so this is how we set the text and text style and paragraph formatting. Alright, next for heading and subheading. So in every paragraph pages we have heading here, and then we have contents and arrangement. These all we call headings. List of tables, and then we have list of figures, list of abbreviation. These all headings including the chapter, and then we have this 1.1 is overview, is subheading. So normally after the first heading, then we might have 4 subheading maximum. Okay, how to make the subheading? So if we click the style here, open up this one, then you have normal, we just already adjust, and then you see the name with the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and there's no heading 4. So if you want to open up this heading 4, you can see here, you click this style, alternate control shift S, then you can click here, then we open everything here. Alright, so for the moment it just only show heading 1, heading 2 and heading 3. So we would like to have until heading 4. So option, just click option, just show all, select style to show recommended, then in all style. So it will show all style that have this. Yeah, so we have heading 1, heading 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so on. Alright, so my suggestion right now, if you want to make a heading, so we just go first. Okay, this text cannot be heading because whatever what we want to do is that all the heading must be appear on the table of contents. The heading and subheading must be appear in the table of contents like this. So acknowledgement is a heading, list of table is a heading, chapter 1 is heading, then this overview is subheading for this chapter 1. Then maybe we have this, for example, this 2.2.1, I don't know, is subheading of this chapter 2. Okay, this is heading, this is subheading, the total, then this is subheading of it. So we can have just only 4 subheading. Okay. Alright, so for better arrangement of the report. Okay. Alright, so how to make use of this heading. Alright, so right now we have this arrangement. I want to change this because at the moment you click here, then this style here will highlight the box that represent what kind of text that you highlight. So not only this arrangement is look as normal. Then if we click here in content also, it's a normal style. So right now we want to change this arrangement become the headings. Okay, so become the headings. Okay, because of we would like to have this chapter 1 to become the heading 1. This chapter 1 will become the heading 1. Okay, and then we have this overview is heading 2. And then if we tap, it will become 1.1.1 is heading 3. Then if we tap another, 1.1.1.1 is heading number 4. So it's just look at number 2 because of the set. Okay, so how we want to do? Okay, so for example, we will not use the heading 9. Okay, so we will use this last heading as the heading for the preliminary pages. So for example, how to make it? Okay, so we will maintain this type of heading because it suit our requirement. Arial, font size 12 and bold. Okay, so this acknowledgement bold, and then we just click this one, and then we go to this heading 9. We would like to make this acknowledgement as our heading, but using this heading 9. So we just click. So at the moment, if we click heading 9, it will become like this. So this is the style of heading 9. Currently, is it by default? Heading 9 by the system is like this. So we would like to tell the system that we want change this heading 9 into this type of font, Arial, font size 12 and bold. So we just highlight this arrangement. We go to this heading 9. We right click, and then we just select update heading 9 to mass selection. So we just highlight this arrangement, and then we like to update this heading 9. So we just click, and then heading 9 will become whatever that we mentioned. So at currently now, the system knows that this heading 9 will follow this type of font and this type of font size. Alright, so this will become heading 9. And then we go to next. Content at the moment still normal, so we want also to change this into heading 9. So how to do it? Either you click here, you highlight, or just simple click because there's only one word. Just double click and then highlight things, and then just click heading 9. So at the moment now, this content also change into heading 9. Then we go to next heading, list of table. So list of table right now is normal. So we have to highlight this one, and then we have to click this heading 9. So right now, list of table here is recognized by heading 9. Okay, you click here, it's normal. Then if you click this table, then we highlight this box, we highlight the heading 9. Okay. And now at the moment for this chapter 1, we must use heading 1 because how to do it heading 1. So firstly, I click here because it consists of numbers. We have chapter 1 and then chapter 1.1 and so on. So if we go back to the this format guideline to show that we must write chapter 1 and then colon introduction. So if we go to the chapter 1, just straightly heading 1, first heading chapter 1 colon and introduction. So they have chapter 1 colon introduction. First heading font Arial 14 point, bold, uncentered line, spacing 1.5 lines, space before 6 points, space after 6 points, style quick style based on Roman. Alright, so we have to follow this first heading. So how to do it? So font size Arial 14. So this our chapter 1 is size 14. So we have to go to this as heading 1. You open up this one, you click and then modify. Then first time, just only first time, heading 1. So we have to choose this Arial and then size 14, bold, black color. First heading font size Arial 14 point, bold, center, underline. So centered. So we just open up that. Centered here, centered, and then centered, line spacing 1.5 line. So line spacing 1.5. So we just go format and then we go to paragraph. Line spacing is 1.5. Okay, then we have space before 6 points, space after 6 point style. So okay, so just go back to the paragraph. Space before is 6 point and then space after is 6 point. Okay, so line spacing is 1.5. Okay, then we have click okay. So that is our first heading, heading 1. Alright, so at the moment this heading we just set the heading, but to make sure that this is chapter 1 as chapter 1, then we have to use this multi bullet. Okay, so you see here we have a heading 1, heading 2, heading 2, 4, so on. You just click this kind of heading. So automatically everything will be numbered. Okay, so stay calm, just right click on the first one and then so the number 4 here appear, and then you just click and then we have to set the numbering values. And just this name. Alright, okay, now we set this chapter. So we have to remove the first. We just click here to become these two paragraph will become normal. So we just click normal. Normal form. So alright, how to do this? So we just highlight this one, highlight the bullet number, right click, and then we just adjust this event. So we know that here we have a chapter, so we have to write chapter, big capital letter, chapter 2, and then we have at the back is colon, then space. Then for the second number 2.1, and then we have 2. This is the first level of heading. The second level of heading is 2.1. The third level is 2.11. The fourth level is 2.11. So we just only have 1, 2, 3 level. And the last one, so we don't need this formatting number. We just delete. Okay. So number is none. And then alignment, we just set centered. you click more, this show you the setting for the heading number 9, because heading number 9 we use in the preliminary pages, and then we have to highlight. Alright, so become like this, so there's no echo. You still have tab here, so right click, adjust this indent for the 9. No need for tab character, we just nothing. Okay, so we will show nothing here, so this is will be our heading 9, and this is chapter 2, so we can remove this chapter 1. Then we have this tab space here, so we have to adjust this indent. We don't want tab character, we just want space, a space bar between the chapter 2 and the space bar, and then the expression. Okay, it should be like this. Okay, so this is how we set the first heading. So but right now in chapter 2 it's supposed to be chapter 1, so there must be somewhere the chapter 1, so this heading 1. Okay, so there's no heading, so we have to set this chapter, restart, and then restart at 1, so it could be chapter 1 direction. Alright, this is heading 1. Okay, so if we select here, so this navigation is for what? This navigation is to help me to find firstly all the heading and subheading. Okay, so at the moment we open up this one, so we can check. So this introduction is heading 1, and then this overview as a heading 2. So how to make it? So if I remove this heading 1.1 into normal, so here at the moment when you write, you will be overview as a normal. So I want to make it this as heading 2. So normally you just click here, select this overview, and click as heading 1, and then you like, because we already set this heading 1, just we use this type of material list, and then when you click tab, automatically it will go like this. Just change 1.1. You can click tab here on the this paragraph division, or you can click tab on your keyboard. Okay, for example, I just undo them, and then I click tab on the keyboard, it will change to 1.1. So at the moment the text is clear. Okay, so just highlight this one, and then we just tap here, and then 1.1 will come here. Okay, so for heading 2, we have to follow the format. So second heading, font Arial 12 bold, justified left, justified, line spacing 1.5, space before 6 point, we have to 6 point, so it goes the same. So we have to change also this second heading, font Arial size 12. So we have to go this heading 2, right click, and then we have to modify, and then we just change this Arial. This is only the first time that we did, and then the rest will be followed. Then the font size is 12, black color, and then bold, and then justified line spacing 1.5. So we go to format, and then we have to the paragraph line spacing is 1.5, and then space before 6 points, space after 6 points. So space before 6 points, space after 6 points, and then numbered plus level 1, numbering style 1, 2, 3, start at 1, alignment left, style, quick style based on normal. So okay, based on normal, style following paragraph, heading, so we just go to the not centered but left, and then click OK. So this is what I highlight in this guideline. So this is heading 1.1. Then we just go to next heading. Okay, it's not follow, so we have to just go to this heading, we click here, and then we click heading 2, we follow. And then we also the same, heading 2. and this heading also will be that we set, and this also will be heading 2. Okay, and then we have finished for the first chapter. Then we can go to the second chapter. So this second chapter is just normal, so we highlight this second chapter, then we click heading 1. So we have to eliminate this chapter 2, because this is what we write using this multi-level list. So the teacher review, and then we want to use this 2.1 to become second heading, so we have to highlight this one. Then we go to heading 2, we automatically count as 2.1 fraction, no need for space here. And then this also will be heading 2. So to make it fast, so we can double click there. This is a heading 2, not heading 3. So heading 2, and then here we have heading 3. So to make this heading 3, so heading 3 what's mentioned in the guideline. Our text font default area 12 point justified, line spacing 1.5, space before 6 points, space after 6 points, style, quick style, normal based on normal. Okay, our body text mentioned that font default area 12 point. No bold, justified, line spacing 1.5. So we just go to body first. So the body, as I mentioned here, the body tag should be, so this, let's say that this is body tag. So suppose that body tag is normal. So as mentioned here, right click, and then we have modify, then area is 12, body text, no bold, and then just justified. So where is the justified? We go font, then we have this area, regular 12, okay, and then format, paragraph, then we have as mentioned here, body area, okay, justified, line spacing 1.5 lines, space before 6, space after 6, so 1.5 lines, space before 6, space after 6. Okay. That's all. Before compact script, font, left to right, line spacing 1.5, before space. So justified, cannot see here because we highlight, okay, then that this is the normal text. No, this is abstract. Okay, this is our normal text as mentioned. So we have here, if you check here, we have a 1.5, we have space before paragraph, space after paragraph, and then justified. So if you want to justify this is already justified, so you can click here, justify. So that's mean by justify. So every text here, when you click normal, so it will become normal like this. So this part also will become normal. So this, like when you highlight, this become normal. Okay guys, so for the chapter 2, so we have this heading 3. So this is heading 2. How to make this Uno as heading 3? So first you click here, and then you just click on heading 2, and then you click this English indent. Will be 2.2.1. so we have to change this heading 3, right click, and then modify. So we can use Arial, font size 12, and then bold, and then black color. Then the spacing between the, so we can open up this paragraph, spacing is 6 and 6. So if we check back on this guideline, it's not mentioned about the third heading. There should be a minimum of 2 subheading to justify having subheading number 2, secondary level. The third heading So this is the same things. So we have a second heading and third heading. Okay, then we have a fourth heading. Your paragraph start here, right, in the line with the heading, filtering heading and indented 5 space. So the third heading will be indented. Then the fourth heading also will be indent. So from this line, the left line of your page, it will be indented in. Okay. So you have to change that. Line spacing, indentation before text 0 mm, after text 0 mm. So we have to change this. Alright, the first line, so we just text. We just put by how many inch. The third heading, the second heading, this is the first heading, second heading. The third heading, she should be minimum of 2 subheading to justify subheading, secondary. So we just did not mention about this tab, maybe 1 inch I think. So we have to put this first line 12.7. So the text will be indent in. Okay, indent about this space. This is for heading number 3. So we have here heading number 3, and then we click, and then we have to paste also here Raspberry Pi as heading number 3. And then we have this heading number 2 back again, and then we have here heading number 3. So we just select. It's supposed to be okay, so here is heading to this heading. Right, for reference, we go back to the highlight one. So appendix A also will become Right, that's all. Then we just set the heading and subheading for the whole documents. This is how we set. We just use heading 1, heading 2, heading 3 and heading 9. That's all for this video, and then I will show you again how to create the table of content using these headings, and then I will show you for this subheading and subheading. So today in this video I just show you set the text style and set heading and subheading, and then the next video we show you about this other document automation. Okay guys, so see you and stay safe.